the thing. We have to think something positive to say about that very nice young couple that moved onto our block just about 30 years ago. And it should be really easy, a piece of cake, because, you know, the Yossi and Sharon Wiesel turned out to be an ideal couple. Perfect neighbors, good friends, a private doctor for the family, and major contributors to the growth and quality of this community.
So here it was, Thursday night. I was all dressed up. I thought I was going to dinner. And then I realized, what are you talking about? You're really far away. It's not happening. And you're not even going to get the chicken, the leftover chicken soup or the leftover chicken. Now here we are, Motzei Shabbat. We visited with the Kozlowskis, the Shirewitzes. The army was safe this week. The kids were safe. Everybody was safe. And now we're moving on.
About the Wiesels. You know, in the world, in the Jewish world, the leaders, both in Israel and in the U.S. and elsewhere, are breaking their heads to try to figure out whether the focus of the resources of the community ought to be to strengthen the security and the development of the Jewish state, or, on the other hand, to invest in Jewish identity in the Galut and in Jewish education. Here in West Hempstead, there's really no problem. No conflict, because all of the issues are in the hands of the same couple. If Yossi isn't chairing the committee or the event, then you can be sure that Sharon probably is.
Okay, so I just want to say that it's really been amazing how our families have really bonded. From Saba and Safta to Bubby and Zadie, to Judah and Bracha, and all in between. Of course, I have not met David Waldman yet, but we know he's the latest addition, and it's really been a wonderful time and wonderful experiences. Sharon, with all her activities and all her friendliness, and Yossi with a heart of gold, and has learned to tell everybody how to take care of their hearts. And there are many stories and many experiences we've had together.
Now, let me just recall some of that. You know, we don't do much original planning in terms of travel. And Yossi has taken us under his wing and has arranged for us trips across the length and breadth of the world and from its heights to its very depths. He takes care of travel arrangements, food, no matter where we are, and just some of the special things that he's arranged for us. We've been to the top of the world. We have climbed 14,000 feet to the top of the mountain in Mauna Kea to look at the sky through some of the world's largest telescopes. And on the other hand, we've been to the depths of the earth, floating together in the Dead Sea.
Okay, I'm not telling many stories, but there's just one story I have to tell. We were riding in a car together in our rented car, and we were going through many winding roads and up a lot of heavy-duty mountains, just to spend Shabbat in Switzerland in the town of Arosa. And when we got to the top, Sharon said, "We're not doing this. I'm not going down. I'm not going down with that car." And we all laughed. Well, how are we getting down? Anyway, we spent a lovely Shabbat, and came Sunday morning, there were rainstorms and floods, and we were told no car can go down that road. And so we had to put the car on the train, and that's the way we went down. And I guess this was all because Sharon davened very well on Shabbat. Sharon, Yossi, we hope from now on you daven well for important things and have many successful years and nachas with your wonderful family together. Chodesh Tov to all of you.
You know, it's really great that they're being honored at the shul dinner. And I hope that there's good and appropriate music, and that the Wiesels and everybody else are dancing their little feet off and having a wonderful time. But I have to tell you a little anecdote about Yossi and me in terms of he being my personal trainer. Many years ago, until about 10 years ago, we did a lot of jogging together. Usually 10K route around beautiful Hempstead Lake Park. And then we stopped doing it for years. Suddenly, about 6 years ago, Yossi came to me.
Try 9 years ago.
Like I said, about 9 years ago, Yossi came to me and said, "Bernie, we gotta run again." I said, "Sure, we got our running togs on, we got to run." And then he told me
That Adina and
that
Ellie are getting married.
Well, I didn't know that. Yossi told me that we have to run for 40 minutes because sure enough, it wasn't Adina and Ellie, it was a few years later, and Yoni met Tali, and there's going to be a wedding, and Yossi gave me the information that the first dance at a good Jewish wedding runs for 40 minutes, and the father of the bride has to be in good shape.
But Yoni was the groom.
Sure enough, at the end of 40 minutes, he told me that that's it for him. I could continue running or walk back home with him, and I understood. A couple of years later, once again, Yossi says, you know, Sunday morning we have to go out and run again. And what happened? That now
Shira was marrying Justin.
Shira was marrying Justin. And once again, the Wiesels were making a gala wedding. And this time we have to run 45 minutes because things have changed. And that first dance runs a little longer. So I just hope that
when Alana gets married,
when Alana gets married, or whenever the next simcha, or even the gala shul dinner, that Yossi has done his preparation, is in good shape, and will enjoy the event, and that everybody else will have a wonderful evening and a good year.